Welcome back everyone to episode 5 of Coding with Me for 30 Days series. In this video, we are going to calculate revenue growth and trending products with complex SQL. Stay tuned. We are going to calculate revenue growth and we're going to look at the trends by revenue change status. For this, we will be using common table expression, lag function, sum to aggregate the revenue. First of all, we are going to create a select statement for this matter. I'm going to be using from the product table my product name first. So P as an alias product underscore name, comma. Second column I would like from here is from sales, which is S dot transaction date, comma. I also want to do sum function on the amount, which is coming from sales table S dot amount. Now here I'm going to give this name as my total revenue. So I used sum function first. Now I'm going to be using lag function. For those of you who are new, lag function in SQL is nothing but it allows you to access the previous row's value within your result set, making it easy to compare data across rows. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. The way you write lag function is you will write lag and in open parentheses you're going to do your sum again on amount column, so S dot amount, close the parentheses, over, we're gonna do partition by. So remember, lag sum amount over partition by. We want to partition the lag by product ID. So P dot product ID, and then we will order it by, we will write order by S dot transaction date, close parentheses. So what we are trying to do is do the lag function on amount, which is coming from sales, and we have to use the sum over. So now partition the amount by product ID and transaction date. Okay. I'm going to name it as, this is my previous revenue. Now I'm going to write from what table? Products as P, join the product table on sales. So sales S on P dot product ID equals S dot product ID. Okay, now we're going to group this by, since we are using sum function, we're going to say group by your product name. Anything where you're not using sum aggregation, they will all be grouped by. So group by P dot product name, S dot transaction date, and we're using one more, which is P dot product ID here. So P dot product ID. To put this in common table expression, first I want to see if this query that I have created works correctly. So I'm going to select all of it and I'm going to hit execute. If you see, this is giving me 4 columns. Your product name, that is coming directly from the product table, your transaction date that are associated to those products, and transaction date for the sales. Total revenue is also coming from sales table. Previous name is just a lag function column that I have created, and what is giving you is if somebody or people bought a laptop for this transaction, the total revenue was 1200. Do they have anything for this product for this same date? Do we have any revenue? If there's nothing, it will show as null. So it will keep on going, and if the previous value was same, it will show you the previous revenue was this. For again the laptop, it's showing 220, now it's showing 1200. So there must be some sort of discount going on. So it dropped to 220 price, but earlier we had 1200. So 1200 is coming from your previous revenue. So it will keep on going just like I told you. Now what we have to do is put this query that we have created and it's working in common table expression. To start, your common table expression is nothing but a temporary result set that you can reference within a query. So to write that, we will start with WITH. Give your common table expression, your temporary table, a name. So here I'm gonna write revenue changes as open parentheses, put this query that we have just created in those parentheses. So open and close parentheses. Now this is our temporary table from the common table expression. I now want to pull some data from this above common table expression. I'm going to start by select. Let's get your product underscore name from above, your transaction underscore date, total revenue as well. Now I want to add revenue change status as a new column. In order to do that, I will start with case when statement. So case when previous revenue is null, then give me the status as new. So right now you're seeing that some of the previous revenues are null. So let's consider that as a new status. When previous IOUS revenue is greater, you're gonna do when total underscore revenue. So first we will use total underscore revenue is greater than previous revenue, then show me status as increased. Okay, when again total revenue is less than previous revenue, then show the status as decreased. The revenue has decreased. THEN. Okay, else show me status as no change. If there's no change and the revenue as same, then you're doing else statement, no change. So the column field will show you no change. Let's end it here. So end as, I'm going to give the column name as revenue change status. Okay. I'm going to add another column with the case when statement. So comma, case when previous name is null, then give me 0, else total underscore revenue minus previous revenue. Okay, and as revenue change. Okay, so same statement as above, but this case when statement will actually give me the dollar value, the difference between total revenue versus previous revenue. I just noted in line 24, I made a mistake. Case when previous revenue, I accidentally wrote underscore name. All you have to do is change it to revenue. So we are basically telling that case when previous revenue, which is this column below. So please make this correction. Okay, so we have written two case when statements. Now I'm gonna type from, where are we pulling this all from, is the revenue changes common table expression. So I'm gonna write revenue changes. It's also giving you an option. I will just select that. I also want to add where condition. So I will drag this down a little bit so you can see. Where case when previous underscore revenue is null, then 0, else total revenue minus previous revenue from the given option, and is not null. I'm going to order it by, so order by my product name. From the option I will choose product name, comma, transaction date. Also from the given option, transaction date. Now I will end my query and hit execute. Let me pull this query result. If you see, it's giving you all the product names. They can be duplicates because it can be bought multiple times. We have the transaction date from the sales table when these products were purchased. What was the total revenue in column 3 for those dates, for those products? If the revenue change status was new, that means that line for that product in our table is brand new. If the purchased amount is increased, so previously it was $49.99, now it's $120, the status has changed to increased. The dollar amount is increased by $71. Same with bed as new blender. Line number 4 is new, but then we had someone bought blender again at $49.99 price. So the status is no change in the revenue, and the revenue change amount, the difference is 00. So you will see all of that. If there's a change, no change, new, increase, or I want to show you decreased as well. So smartphone earlier was bought at 119, or the total price could also be smartphone for all of the smartphones bought by customers was 119. Now later, in the later date, it decreased to $100. So maybe the revenue for smartphone was decreased. The customer didn't buy as much, or the price changed. So we are seeing a decrease in the revenue of smartphone. So 119 minus 100 equals $19. So this is how you will solve this query. I hope this query will help you understand how you can calculate revenue growth, how you can look at the trends by revenue change status, and the difference of the revenue from current to previous trends. I hope this was helpful. If this was helpful, please share it with your friends, like it, please subscribe to get more content like this, and hope you ace the interview or exams that you are working for. See you in the next video. Bye.